Thank you for being with us.
It's good to be with you, Jennifer.
Sorry for the delay. Sir, tell me, first of all, have we entered the third phase? Is this a reoccupation of Gaza that we're seeing right now? We've seen the reservists cross in.
Well, I don't think anyone has any intention of coming back to sit inside Gaza, but there is every intention to take the action to cease the rocketing and to cease the just highway of rockets that have been flooding into Gaza, into the Hamas Iranian stronghold there. I think that's the dual purpose that all Israelis, and I speak for the opposition here, all Israelis support. So there is no opposition, there is no coalition. We want to remove the threat, that is, achieve a ceasefire and prevent the inflow of weapons from the Sinai into the Gaza.
Well, the highway of rockets that you're referring to comes from Egypt, and it's been going on for some time. Israel controls the rest of the borders and the waters off the coast of Gaza. Are you demanding that Egypt do more, and is that what you're waiting for before the Israeli troops pull out of Gaza?
I think we need an effective stoppage of this arms smuggling, which is huge. It's huge proportions. We're talking about the smuggling of all sorts of rockets, including potentially long-range rockets that can reach Tel Aviv and north of Tel Aviv, which means basically the great majority of Israel's population, millions of people, would be under rocket fire. I think that's something that Americans can readily visualize is unacceptable. If you had on your southern border an enclave, a terrorist enclave supported by Iran, firing 6,000 rockets at San Diego and its environs. You know, you wouldn't wait 8 years the way Israel has waited. You wouldn't wait 8 months. You wouldn't wait 8 minutes. But in fact, Israel has waited, and now that it's taken action, it wants to ensure that this rocketing stops and that the inflow into this enclave stop. There's a ribbon. It's all of 10 miles between Egypt and Gaza. That's the one porous area through which these weapons flow, and any arrangement that effectively seals this or effectively stops the inflow of weapons, I think would be acceptable to Israel.
Mr. Netanyahu, while I have you, let me ask you about the reports that the Israeli head of Mossad asked the White House for certain things that would enable you to carry out a military strike against Iran's nuclear facilities. And we have confirmation here in Washington that, in fact, bunker buster bombs were rejected when Mayor Dagan went to the White House. Is this Gaza operation should it be seen as a signal to Tehran that Israel will take unilateral action against the nuclear facility there if need be?
Well, I don't think it's useful to comment on that, but I will say something that I told President-elect Obama. He said to me that the arming of Iran, this terrorist supporting regime, the arming of Iran with nuclear weapons is unacceptable to the United States. And I said that this is probably the most important decision that will come his way. Because just imagine what this Hamas enclave or the Hezbollah enclave to the north of Israel, what these terrorists would do if they had an Iranian nuclear umbrella to do it with. Worse, imagine that Iran might use this weapon against Israel that it's sworn to annihilate. Or conversely, that it could give these weapons to terror groups in the Middle East and beyond. This is a threat to the entire world. It's to the threat to the peace of the Middle East and all of mankind. And I think this is the decision that will come by President-elect Obama's desk very, very shortly, because Iran is racing to arm itself with this nuclear weapon. It's not just an Israeli question. It is first and foremost the question of the entire free world. It's first and foremost a question for the incoming president. And I think from my conversations, 2 conversations that I had with President-elect Obama on this, he's very, very clearly saying the danger to the United States and to the rest of the world, and I think he's committed to prevent that danger.
Thank you very much, former Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Will you appoint a special prosecutor, ideally Patrick Fitzgerald?